one thing that I want to do with the Cube operating system that's never been done before, and as far as that's marketing, the Cube operating system I want to cost about $20, and it'd be completely downloadable, where you literally basically download a virus that'd be created by Cultech, and it would replace the operating system in your current computer and with Cube. Now there's also the ability of I'll create a base coding that uses intranet, and thus have some of the capabilities of FSI, not all the capabilities of FSI, but some of the capabilities of FSI. So that what you'll be able to do is when you replace it in your computer, you can download this, and this would be free. You can download this onto your computer, it'll infect your entire computer, and you'll be able to create intranet in a Mac or a PC with the same operating system that you already have. Now, the operating system the version of Cube that you buy for $20 not only has creator and not only has producer, but it would replace all of your stuff, but you wouldn't need, but you wouldn't get rid of all your data. So just replace the operating system, but save your data, and it will convert it all to ICs, and so that you have the complete intranet FSI Cube integration customization. All of that would be accessible on your normal computer that you buy. Now, I have to warn you, this is something that you'll see in the commercial. You'll read in the package when they come out. Hopefully, by the way, that'll hopefully happen in about a year. Hopefully less, preferably less, but you'll be seeing these computers actually on the shelves. The processor, the nano processor, as I kind of illustrated, Cube works really well with the nano processor. It's designed for the nano processor, right? It's not the nano processor actually for Cube. Well, microprocessors don't work in the exact same way. They work similarly, but not the exact same way. So the issue with that is that Cube may not work as well in a normal computer if you just download it onto it. You might be better off buying a computer. Well, that's one thing the marketing comes in. With a cheaper way of producing nano beads, and the microprocessors, and all of these things with the manufacturing methods I want to use, which is top-down lithography, so using lasers to cut down materials, and then also using printing methods, additive printing methods to build things from the ground up, I'll save a lot of materials and a lot of costs. What I will propose is that for the entire tablet and the dock, okay, they'll be sold the same. They'll basically be about $300. That's cheaper than a netbook. The computer I'm using right now was $250, and it's a couple years old. Well, not a couple years, it's about a year old. But having that kind of capability in a supercomputer, I mean, come on, can you beat that? The tablet will be roughly about maybe 200, best case near 150. But basically what I'm going to do, and I tell you this now, the entire thing, the manufacturing cost, right? So the cost to actually produce a single device, the cost to actually produce one Sensory phone, or one Sensory tablet, or one Sensory dock, or whatever, that cost will be, is a certain number, that it costs the manufacturer to produce a thing based on materials and labor and all of that. That'll be a number. I'm aiming for that number to be, for the Sensory, somewhere around 150 or 200. I will add $20, $50 to that. Basically what I'll add. And that's all I make. Okay? Now, there's a possibility, it depends on how much it is. If it's more than I want it to be, more than one of those numbers, I won't add 50 or 20 bucks. Instead, I'll just add 5%. So what that does, that creates a very small profit margin for Cultech. So this is where I start figuring out, I start telling you the philosophy behind Cultech, just because I might as well. We're this far, right? The philosophy behind Cultech is pretty simple. I want to create technologies, the best possible technologies you can possibly imagine, but I want to create them for you, for the general public. I'm a big sci-fi fan, Star Trek and everything. And I see the technologies on that show and realize that we're only a century away from that. Well, I want to actually make those technologies. I have ideas for all kinds of stuff, I have a theory of how to create an impulse drive. I have a theory on how to create anti-gravity. I have a theory on how to create all kinds of stuff, and these computers and everything is one direction, step in that direction. But the concept behind Cultech is that it's a different kind of um, company. One thing about it is that it is a company for the people, so I don't want to create technology that are ultra expensive like Apple. Apple creates technologies, and then they double, triple the price of what it costs them to actually produce that technology. They double, triple that price. That's 100, 200% profit for them. Okay, yeah, that's why they're one of the biggest companies in the world. I don't want to be that way. Okay, I want to only have a 5% profit margin or a 20% profit margin on my thing, on my products, because I don't need to make a lot of money. I just need in order to create these technologies. And making money is only allowing me to invest and produce more technologies. I have a list of projects because I'll go to these VCs, right? And I want to hire engineers in order to research and develop all this technology with me, to make sure they're correct, to make sure they function and all that, right? Especially nanobeads and nanoprocessors. Well, after those guys are done, after my Q programmers are done, well, they'll probably stay on Q if they have a few expansions to produce. I have a list of projects, and it's like 10 or 12 projects right off the bat that I already have ideas for. And this is groundbreaking research. This is like stuff like directed energy technology. Okay, what is that? Well, transporters in Star Trek, phasers in Star Trek, any kind of energy that's directly beamed to you. You could create, imagine solar panels. This is the kind of thing that you could put a satellite like right next to the sun with the best possible solar panels you can, and it would beam electricity back to the Earth. That's direct energy technology. Beaming technology, as I said, is one. Phasers is one. You create wicked lasers. Lasers are a form of directed energy technology using photons. I want to expand upon that technology, make some better things. I want to make crystalline computers. I want to make artificial gravity. I want to make impulse drives, which leads to warp drives, perhaps. There's all kinds of stuff, and I want to do all these things because I want to create technology. I don't want to create science. That's why, if you notice, a lot of these technologies I actually did basic internet research, and if you look at the abstract, which I will eventually post online, for like the nanobeads, I have all these sources cited, right? Some of the papers are almost 20 years old, but yet I'm using them in technology that is quite honestly groundbreaking. If nanoprocessor, if these things work, if these are actually viable, can you imagine? I'm talking about a smartphone that has the capabilities of 30 million humans thinking at once. Welcome to 2013. So I don't mean to like float my boat or anything like that. The possibility of these technologies not working is much higher than the possibility of them working. But one reason I'm here is to communicate this, and I'm wanting to make sure that it stays safe. I have ideas. I have a way of producing this technology, and a way of marketing this technology, selling this technology, releasing this technology to the world that is unique. And I don't want to say what will happen to the tech industry when or if this happens, but it will be significant. This has the possibility of removing companies from the tech industry, actually bankrupting companies. This has the possibilities of some massive power coming to cool technology. So that's all I have for you. Once again, I'm Jack Cullinane, John Cullinane, the fourth. Coming out of Northern Colorado. It is no longer Friday, December 21st. It is Saturday, December 22nd at 1:08 a.m. Yes. 2012. Yes, the end of the world did not happen. We are still here. But perhaps this is the beginning of a great change, especially in technology. And I truly believe technology is a direct effect on society and humanity. And so I can't say whether these technologies, if they work, what kind of effect they'll have. But I'm excited. You get excited. I'm glad you watched this entire thing, an hour and a half. That's impressive. You are dedicated, and I have to remind you once again, all these technologies are my intellectual property as John Lawrence Cullinane IV. I produce these technologies. I develop these technologies based on my theorizing and some internet research, most of which I cited. And they'll be proven by a college professor, most likely from Hopkins University, Johns Hopkins University. So you should know, though, upon watching this video, by watching this video, you are signing a confidentiality agreement. You're agreeing to confidentiality now. That seems kind of ironic because I'm posting this on YouTube. But the reason for that is it has to be in the public. So you've gotten this information, and it's the only place you've gotten this information. There's one and only place this information exists, and that is right here. That's from me right now. The only other place this information exists is Nanobee Technology does exist with the Siemens Foundation, because I submitted to the Siemens competition, 2012. I was not a finalist or semifinalist or regional finalist or anything like that in that particular competition, but I can show you the confirmation letter for it if I don't like it. So, please do not distribute this information. If you distribute this information and I find it in the patents, or I find it or something like that, or when I file patents for this, the patent office goes, wait, this has already been done before. This has not already been done. I promise you that. I'm 90% sure this technology has not existed before. Because if it did, we would have supercomputers. Okay, you would know. So don't try to patent this yourself. Don't try to sell this to a company. Okay, you've seen this stuff. This has value. Don't do it. Okay, don't do it. You'll be coming into a world of hurt, because not only will that company be majorly sued, you will be majorly sued, and there will be legal action against you if you do this. So I will find out if you use this. I'll know how many people view this video. It's YouTube. I know. So don't do that. Don't try to steal my stuff. Okay, that's wrong. And there will be legal action. I will sue you if you take this technology. I will sue you for every single thing you have. There will be criminal charges filed for intellectual property, for burglary, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. For theft. It's a bad idea. Don't steal my money. Don't sell this technology to anybody. You cannot sell it. You cannot distribute it. You cannot talk about it. Unless the people you talk to also agree not to say anything. But just don't make them watch the video here. So that's all I got for you. Thank you very much for watching. This has been a Cullinane Technologies production. And thank you very much. Get excited. Hopefully in a year this will be much more than just a video. This will actually be existing. This will be real. This will be happening. This will be there. So, buy my stuff when it comes out. I'll be excited.